Welcome to the beginning of your Formula One journey. Before competing at the top level, many drivers will race in Formula 2. From this screen, you can choose from multiple Formula 2 experiences. The first offers a selection of short scenarios. The short season consists of a shortened Formula 2 calendar with one race per weekend. The full season contains every round, with a feature and sprint race in each. And finally, you have the option to jump directly into Formula 1.
Formula 2 is one of the key steps many drivers will take on the path to Formula 1. It is a championship where the best up-and-coming drivers in the world must compete in identical cars to hone their skills and showcase their talents to teams in the F1 paddock. Whichever Formula 2 experience you choose, your performance in the championship matters. Finish high up in the table and your Formula 1 career will start on a high, allowing you to more easily negotiate with the top teams on the grid.
As we wind down from the excitement of qualifying, here's a look at your top three: Hubert, Ilott and Jordan King. It's time to leave for now, but we'll be back tomorrow when the feature race gets itself underway. Hello and welcome from the Bahrain International Circuit here in Sakhir. Down on the grid, the engineers are making their last checks and today's race will be underway shortly. Bahrain represents an exceptional 3.36 miles of racing. Lots of opportunities to overtake throughout its 15 corners. Now, this track has a reputation for being brutal on the rear tyres, so keep an eye on how these young drivers manage their rubber. Strategy here could ultimately determine the winner of this race. Davide, you're a three-time winner around here in 1 week, I believe, back in 2012. How on earth do you make the tyres last around this racetrack? They degrade so quickly.
To be honest, the key to the race is having a good start so you can get your car into a good position. Then save the tires as much as you can and push just at the end.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Antoine Hubert has a good view of turn 1 from his pole position slot, and it's Callum Ilott in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have King, Alesi, Juan Manuel Correa, and Boccolacci, Mazepin, Joe, De Vries, Jack Aitken, Schumacher, Boschon, Sergio Sette Camara, and Giotto, Galeo, Latifi, King, and Louis Delatraz. Calderon, Mahavir Raghunathan starts from the back of the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. Nice start. We're leading our teammate by 1.5 seconds. Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Well, what a drive that was to take the win for Arden today. Tell me, Davide, what was the key to this success?
The difference was in the strategy. Credit to the driver for sure, but races like this really drive home how much of a team sport this is. They did a lot of work on the pit wall to really make the most of each stint and to make the best use of these tires. But that said, all of that would have been for nothing without a talented hand on the wheel.
And it's time now for the podium celebrations. And how well deserved is this one? This is a team all about giving talented young drivers an opportunity to race and to win. Arden are your winners here today. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. It's a good result for Antoine Hubert, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. And now, Davide Valsecchi, let me ask you, who is your driver of the day?
I think it has to be a Luca Guillaume. You know, good on tires, some nice passes. I can't really think of anyone who caught my eyes more today.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Teams' Championship. Arden moved to the top of the table. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care. We've reversed the top 8 from yesterday's race to set the grid for the sprint race here today, and the drivers are almost ready on the grid down below. As we await the start of another hugely anticipated Formula 2 race, I'm joined again by Davide Valsecchi. Davide, as a former GP2 champion, can we get some insight to what is running through these young drivers' heads as they sit out on the grid?
Ciao Alex, it's a pleasure to be here. There are nervy moments, there is no doubts about that. Mental strength is the key to remaining calm and focusing on the upcoming race. Formula 2 is so competitive and all of these drivers knows that they are going to be pushing each other all of the way. In this sport, you have to be able to control your nerves.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form. This is your final lap of the race. Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
So another fantastic victory for Uni Virtuosi. Davide, what do you think made the difference here?
It was down to one thing: consistent pace over everyone else out there on the track. We could spend a great deal of time talking about race and tire strategy, what else occurred on the track, but at the end of the day, the difference here was down to simply being faster on track than everyone else. Amazing skill on show.
This is it. This is where they all want to be. Here come the top three then, out onto the podium after a fascinating race. And now, let's take a look at the driver's stand. It's a good result for Antoine Hubert, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. And so, driver of the day then, Davide Valsecchi, who do you think you'd go for? On to the teams then. Charouz moved to the top of the table. That's it for today's race. From Davide and I, it's goodbye, and we'll see you when Formula 2 returns.